Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Hello, StarCraft fans. Frank coming back at you after about a 3-month hiatus, bringing you some Pro League. I was going to do some OSL, but I had to switch it off because I found out that Nuke the Stars covers it, and yeah, he's good to go, so I don't need to intrude on his coverage. So anyways, this is going to be the beginning of an epic journey through time. This is Frank's commentating marathon part 2, and we're going to start it off with, in the Pro League, Hogil versus Firefist, and we have Firefist on the right side of the map in yellow as our Zerg player, or not our first Zerg player. Our second Zerg player is going to be Hogil, the red Zerg, on the left side of the map. Neither of these players specifically a dominating force by any means in any league ever. This map is Heartbreak Ridge, and it is a 2-player map, so they are both sending their starting overlords in the correct position. But anyways, this is the beginning, guys. This is game 1 of a very long day. I got off to a bit of a later start than I wanted to. It's now 1:35. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the time intervals that we're going through here. And right here they're showing Luxury and Yarnak. I'm going to assume that the one without the fro is Luxury because I think he maintains himself a little better. I heard Yellow doesn't shower that often, so I assume that's what's causing that massive dirt fro that he's got there. But regardless, we have a spawning pool going down. That is a 12 pool for Firefist over there. I just watched 2 Zerg players on screen, so I got a little confused. Or rather, an overpool, and we have a 12 pool from Hogil. So overpool start for Firefist. I don't think that's going to be a very great opening. On the map, I would say that yes, that is a good opening, but I think that Hogil has a perfect counter to this. He got his spawning pool up a little bit later, and he got his gas up a little bit earlier. So I'm going to have to give Hogil a little bit of a lead at this point. But both of these players, like I said, are a little bit lackluster, and there I am in the blue suit. I'm about to wave to the camera here. No, I guess I'm not going to choose to do that today. But anyways, we have Firefist putting down his hatchery as well as Hogil. So both players going a little bit economic at this point. And but anyways, like I was saying, both players not necessarily that spectacular. So I'm not going to give the advantage to anyone. Hogil does have a little bit of a build order advantage, but I don't know, we could see Epic fail, or we could see Epic win. I mean, I know Firefist has some pretty terrible Micro, but, you know, these are pro players here, so they could always catch me off guard. Yeah, so this map is actually 50% Zerg versus Zerg, so also going off of that note, neither player has the race advantage at this point in time. So, yeah, both players are getting their layer up as well, so hopefully they're going to be teching to something like Lurkers or something spectacular like that. And it looks like Firefist has only got 1 drone on gas, and I think Hogil only had 2 drones on gas, so both these players going a little bit awkward in their economic games here. And it looks like Firefist is trying to get off that arc, but Hogil is just diving in and out, trying to prevent that arc from going up. Because as soon as you get that arc on that little choke there, he's going to have complete access. Firefist, that is going to have complete access to that second hatchery. He's going to be able to take it down, and that is not going to look good for our red Zerg here, Hogil. But you know, both these players are going to be macroing off of the exact same amount of larva. However, that arc is now established, and these reinforcing Zerglings are going to be able to start picking away at that hatchery. It looks like he is, though, just sending them up on the minimap there just to create that arc a little bit bigger. And random, some Zerglings are out, and yeah, there he goes, starting to pick away at that hatchery. And it looks like, I think, he's looking to set up some kind of a drone drill. I do not think he's going to be using those drones as that extra damage from the range on those drones. There is also the possibility that he's just going to look to sack that hatchery. I don't think that's what he's going to do. Here comes the drone drill. Let's see how effective he is with this. Drones are coming in, clicking on that mineral, driving themselves through into those Zerglings, and it looks like our yellow Zerg here, Firefist, is definitely coming out ahead on this one, and he's gonna have to Hogil's gonna have to drive those Zerglings back. However, with the extra production and the shorter supply route, he is going to be able to fend this off. Both Zerglings coming in from both directions, having those larvae spawning, and I'd have to say that's a very effective timing on that attack. Both players now putting up their spawning pool, having drone drilled at the exact moment that the larvae popped at that second hatchery. So I have to say that's a very effective timing on the part of Hogil. So now both these players are just going into their tech modes, getting up those Mutalisks, and it looks like Firefist is playing a little bit defensive here. I don't know why he's doing that. He did have the Zergling advantage for the longest time there, and I'm pretty sure he got at least one drone kill. Yeah, it does look like Firefist has more Zerglings at this point in time. However, with the shorter supply route, you don't really want to be attacking really any race in any mirror matchup. You really don't want to be attacking them because they are going to have the same macro as you. And it looks like there are only 5, 6, 7, 8 drones mining minerals total for Hogil, and there's one at the natural. They're not showing the main base of Firefist just yet. It looked like he was going to there, but not quite. So yeah, it looks like roughly the same amount of drones are mining minerals for Firefist. So no really economic advantage at this point. So really, what it's going to come down to here is Mutalisks. I don't think that the couple of Zerglings that Firefist has numerically more than Hogil, I really don't think those extra couple of Zerglings are going to make much of a difference unless microed extremely properly. But as you can see here, the Zerglings for Hogil are moving across the map. Really, I think the only thing that he can do is try to create like that perfect arc. But by the time he gets that up, there's going to be a bunch of Mutalisks spawning. He's going to have his own Mutalisks as well, and a pair of Scourge flying across the map here. He's going to have his own Mutalisks as well, but I think that, yeah, Firefist is definitely going to come out ahead on this one, especially with the extra damage coming in from those Mutalisks. However, I don't know what happened to those Scourge. There's the Scourge there. Let's see if he gets some hits off. Yeah, he does get he actually kills a Mutalisk. So not that great of Mutalisk micro, like I was saying. Excuse me, like I was saying before, not that great a Mutalisk micro coming from our yellow Zerg here, Firefist. However, there is a massive Zergling advantage, and he's going to be pushing in here. He's actually going to pick off the hatchery, having been damaged from the previous attack, and that's going to be a huge advantage for Firefist. So we're going to have to see if he can drive this one home. A lot of Scourge out in the air, however. I do not think that at a pro level, however, that it's going to be that effective. We're going to see if he can get a drone kill here. No drone kills. The Mutalisks do come in for backup. They do that extra damage, take out those Zerglings. However, I think at a pro level, you're going to be able to micro just enough. I mean, really all Firefist has to do is pick off maybe 2 or 3 of those Scourge. The rest of them can hit full on, and I really don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, especially with that lost hatchery. So right now, Firefist has just got to sit at home, play defensive, and pick off all these incoming Zerglings, incoming Mutalisks. But here comes the air engagement, and we're going to have to see one Scourge goes down, 2 Scourge land there. So 2 Scourge landing, however, with just the 1 Mutalisk in the air and Scourge chasing it down. I really don't think that Hogil has much of an opportunity to come back in this game. So, yeah, typical ZVZ, GG coming out there from Hogil. So, pretty typical ZVZ. Especially on Heartbreak Ridge, where you know where your opponent is, and you just go for the build order. But coming back from a slight build order disadvantage there was Firefist, so good on him. Typical stuff here, pretty mirror matchup. Interesting way to start things off. Not that exciting necessarily, but we're going to move on to the next match, which is going to be, let me take a look here. It's going to be Tempest versus Lita, which I do expect to be an epic frickin' match. It's going to be on Match Point, one of those maps that, since I haven't commentated in a long time, I'm not going to know much about. So I will see you guys in the next set.